How's it going, guys? Back with another stream today. Today we're going to be testing out some Conclave Mentors in the build that I'm running with Abzan Heliod. For those who are kind of new to the deck, I kind of merged the mono-white Heliod build with the green-white build. I've kind of took out the cards I didn't like. Originally, I didn't really like Conclave Mentor. I kind of had a full playset of Auriok champions because they're more likely to turn on Heliod. And then I have, instead of the Arbor Elf, Utopia Sprawl kind of mana acceleration package, I have Birds of Paradise and Gilded Goose. The reason behind that is, obviously the Birds of Paradise can produce black mana, which helps cast Vito. I also have Gilded Goose because I think the food token has been very relevant. Just having more access to gain life gets a little bit makes our Spike Feeders less vulnerable to removal to combo off with Heliod. Being able to drain for 3 with the food token with Vito in play is pretty decent. And I think with Conclave Mentor, I think being able to gain infinite life with Spike Feeder, but typically when you have like a Conclave and a Spike Feeder, you can kind of make these guys infinite, but they might not be able to win that turn online with Moto, with how the interface works. But being able to fly over gives kind of extra game. So I think this kind of Conclave Mentor Spike Feeder Heliod combo is better with mana excellence at a fly. So there's more reason to have these kind of, like, it just kind of synergizes with the rest of the deck better. And on top of that, like, Vito kind of synergizes with Spike Feeder, obviously. Spike Feeder is kind of a bad card without the infinite combo. But with Spike Feeder with Heliod, like, Vito's just an instant win. And then on top of that, like, just being able to Spike Feeder for 4 life, draining with Vito is actually not that bad, and then being able to gain an extra 2 life / drain for 2 with Spiking with Vito seems like a pretty good pull here. How's it going, Skull Clamp? Welcome again. Thanks again for tuning in. So like from my last stream, I think the changes I made was I cut a Skyclave Apparition and a Auriok champion, 2 Auriok champions to fit the 3 mentors. So I moved the Conclave, Skyclave Apparition to the sideboard, cut a path. And then I cut Gadded Teak for a choke, just because I think choke is just pretty well positioned with all the blue decks and stuff. So yeah, let's just give this another go. Apologies again, my throat's been really dry because of allergies and such, so I'm gonna be kind of coughing, trying to drink a lot of water in between. So apologies again if the coughing is really loud and picked up, but yeah. Thank you for the subs, Skull Clamp. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. 2-1 streak, thank you. Really appreciate the support, as always. I'm always a little weary, like, just changing decks on my stream. I'm known as, like, the Abzan mid-range player, and I when I started streaming this deck, I was a little scared that I might lose kind of a following, because it's like I feel like people look forward to the Abzan mid-range content, and this is obviously not. It's kind of more of a combo deck. So again, appreciate the support as always, and I just appreciate you tuning in. Wooded Foothills. So this might just be the mirror, which is gonna be, oops, I want green mana. So this is gonna be a race, I guess. Thank you. I'm glad. That's pretty high regard if it's an exclusive 4. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words. Oh God. Oh my. Oh, so we're against Ponza. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that. Okay. We can draw all this. If we can draw a basic forest, which we have one of, we could also just have a ballista and draw basic planes. Their hand is pretty bad. So, like, if we can draw basic, any of the basics, we can actually go off still. Sure. I'm on mobile for I mean, this deck is also not very I guess I should have gotten the hint with the wooded foothills. The wooded foothills should have told me. So 4, 7, 8. Excuse me. Okay, I got by the land. Good to know. I think our information is kind of pretty concealed too. I don't think GW Heliod with Birds of Paradise, Rachel particularly with Birds of Paradise, is very known either. I think the third Skyclave is pretty good. Maybe a couple paths. I mean, I honestly think we can like sideboard pretty lightly here. We just need to know the fetch Blood Moon now, right? Like, it's not that bad. Like, I don't think we really need Veto here. Infinite Life actually beats them. So I can see, like, cutting these two. And that's kind of nice. Like, it makes it so, like, we don't need the Infinite Comp. Like, this isn't necessary. Excuse me. And them having the Bolt for the Bird is also pretty good. But they also had the Stomp, so I guess it's kind of a... They just had everything. And we just didn't fetch appropriately. Do we just, like, cut a bird? No, I think we need the bird for Blood Moon, I think. Do we just cut a Mentor here? You just cut a Mentor. Hello, Uncle DB. Welcome to the stream, as always. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. I'll keep this. They could bolt the bird, which is going to be unfortunate for us, but... Which looks like that. Nope, they just have Torn Accelerant, which is fine. There is an argument for us to Ballista them here. Because like them slowing their turn 1 play is just so good for us. And we just always get the second Ballista with Ranger Captain. I think I'm going to do that. Flare on Blood Moon. Slow them down here. I've actually played this deck a lot. And if they don't have anything else to follow up with this, is like so bad for them. Sure. Oof. Okay. Here I think I'm going to see a bunch of blue control unfortunately for lone actual fair. It's all about fair. It's all about the fairness. Oh, I should have boarded in the Forge Tender. I'm just being stupid. Forge Tender was a card I should have boarded in. I just wasn't thinking. They could have a Bloodbraid off here, which would be very unfortunate. Yep, they have a Bloodbraid off. Or it could be Chandra. No, Bloodbraid off. Lightning Bolt. Okay, that's fine. I guess get protection from red. Sure. Land off the top would be good here, because we can do Ranger Captain plus Giver. Sweet. Yeah, that's the one. That was my biggest deterrent playing the green-white version. I just hated spending like a jillion minutes just trying to quote-unquote combo off. Get a Giver here. I don't think I want to trade here. I think having both captains and then double Giver backup is going to be pretty good. I could also just trade. I think trading is actually fine. Blood Moon? Oh, okay. Nope, should have activated. No, it doesn't matter. So they're going to play Bone Crusher Giant, and I'm gonna play Giver Runes. Skyclave Apparition on Bone Crusher Giant seems pretty good here. Because then we just are ahead on board, essentially. Gotta give her in play. I played Absent Coco the Phoenix Claw back then, and I just had to play it in favor of it. Yeah, it's just... it's an ergonomic injury waiting to happen, right? So... Okay. Looks like their hand is nothing, hopefully. Path Exile's good. Do they have Kozilek's Return? That's the real question. I could see just being mana efficient here and just playing the Blissed out. If they have Kozilek's Return, we can get him to 6, and then we have a Ranger Captain in play. Then we just play this out here. They have nothing in hand, so we're just wasting time activating this. Oh. We just won via mid-range. Just attack with a 3/3 and a 2/2 for a couple turns. Call it a day. I'm honestly surprised that combo kind of just fell to the wayside. Oh my goodness gracious. Just bottom these, I think. They kept 7, so we could totally get screwed here. They turn to Blood Moon us. We are screwed. But we do have the Goose. Okay. I mean, we have to play the Goose out here. I wish we're on the play, obviously. GW Heliod. Oh, I see that. Yeah, I guess that does stop the Kitchen combo, essentially. Okay, sure. I wonder if it's worth it just to play the Aryok champion out. Probably not. Let's just play the Marsh Flats, just in case they have another pillage. That makes sense. Jesus Christ. Splitting 4 mana to kill a Goose is pretty good, though, for us. I'm gonna fetch in a turn just to... Okay, so we really need to land off the top, essentially. Yikes. Yep. Grafdigger's Cage. Interesting. Interesting. So we could win next turn if we draw a land. So we're just going to play the Heliod out. Probably attack the Chandra here. Yeah, I know. That's why I had 4. I'm like, I was iffy cutting some for Conclave Mentor, but like, I'm testing out Conclave Mentor in the deck currently, so. Yeah, I think I'm just trying to figure out if I want to fetch for another Temple Garden or double planes for Heliod and to fight through a Blood Moon. I think we just have to get Temple Garden here. So we draw a land and they have nothing, we win. Oh, Jesus. Hit a creature. Okay. Cool. So if they have a bolt on hand, they don't do anything. Okay, so if they have a removal spell, technically we're screwed. Okay. I guess we just make them have it, right? I guess I shouldn't have shocked. That was a mistake on my end. I shouldn't have shocked. Oh, I guess I could have. I could gain 3. I guess it's better to do that. Yeah, so here I think it's just best just to... So I could crack this, gain 3 life, put a counter on Ballista, and then kill the Chandra that way. I think that has to be the line here. On this. Yep. And then here I could either take the Chandra down or the Bloodbraid up. I think it's better just to kill the Chandra. And then put the Aryok on defense. So it's actually good that I played this card untapped. Which is a good draw. Get this out of Kozak's returns range. I could see like starting to just attack, but I don't think that's the line here. Looks like they're flooding. Okay. We cut the Vito so we can crack this safely. Okay. Just win the game here. Sweet. Aryok champion, baby. Let's go. Yep. I didn't like attacking there. I think it's better just to hold back, especially with the giver in play. Because I don't think we want to take 7. Like, I don't think we're winning the race if they have a removal spell, right? I definitely like RX champion there. Like, so this is why I kind of am not a fan of this change. Like, I really think RX champion is well positioned. I think I want 3 RX champion, 2 Conclave Mentor, just to like maybe moving forward. But I'm having 3 mentors just to make sure I draw at the test. And if I definitely had mentor that game, I definitely wouldn't have done anything. So I think the RX champion just synergizes better with the rest of the deck. So that being said, like just being able to put 2 +1/+1 counters on something is pretty decent. Like with Heliod. So cool. Um, this is one of those hands where you kind of just want to mulligan just because it's a little slow out of the gate. But if it's against like any kind of like attrition matchup, like this hand's fine just because we have a Scoos, so we have like a 2-drop to curve into. Breeding Pool is an interesting card to see. I kind of want to hold the Scoos here. If they like play an Uro next turn. I also don't know what we're up against either. Maybe it's just correct just to play this out against an unknown opponent. This could get leaked, which is shitty, but like I don't think we can just like not do anything. I think of like remand, which is better just to play Scoos out. Yeah, sure. So next turn we just play Heliod. Oh, so is this like that Titan deck? Could just be that Titan deck. The Titan with like a bunch of cryptic commands and mana leaks and stuff. Unsubstantiate. Destroying lands is good for us. We just want to keep up so we can eventually start being able to double spell. Cool. Reload resolving is good for us. Growth Spiral. Gifts ungiven. Interesting. Interesting. Maybe we're not against like that Titan deck that I thought of. I just saw Vesuva and I was like, is this like that Reclaimer that's like blue based for like cryptics and counter magics? I saw that list on Twitter that was kind of getting a little bit popular. But I don't know if they have run unsubstantiates or remands. I didn't take that close of a look at that list. But I know like it's like literally just green white Reclaimer, but it's blue based instead of white, I believe, for just counter magic. I didn't realize they ran gifts though. Or this could just be a totally different deck. It could be like some sort of like wilderness reclamation deck, but like I don't know what the Vesuva is for. So I think I just bin the counter magic here because they have the loams. So I think we just since these two cards we can't avoid either way, I think we just bin the 2 counter spells. And then if they have the Dryad, they have the Dryad here. So we just need lands. Because we want to be able to get our spells under their counter magic, obviously. So Petavalka, they have the loam in hand. So it smells like a counter magic here. Definitely playing the Goose. But if we play the Goose, that means we can't play Spike Feeder with a combo. So I think we play Goose and Ranger Captain. I don't think we have anything to really Eldamage's call for because our hand is pretty stacked. We kind of just want lands. So having this Goose stick is actually pretty good for us. We'll just play Ranger Captain. And if this gets countered, it gets countered. Doesn't get countered. What? Do we just get a backup ballista here just in case the first one gets countered? I think that might be right. Second gifts is interesting. I kind of need Dryad here. And even with Dryad, like a land, a couple more lands, we can win with Ballista. Yeah, so we just bin the Summer's Pact and give them the Valakut. We bin the 2 creatures. So they get T-West plus Valakut. We bin this. Like that. So we know 3 of the 8 cards have 8 cards anyway, which is absurd. They had the Dryad. Wow. Okay. So they could take out our team here. Oh boy. Oh, they target us? Wow. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, they... Oh, they just kill us here? Wow. Wow, 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 wow. This is a messed up magic card. So Veil seems good. Path seems good. The chokes also seem very good. Removal. We just want to get him with the Mind Sensor. I think that's fine. It seems like they're more counter-based heavy, so it's like, do we just borrow the Givers, I think? Scoo seems pretty bad. And then do we just start shaving? Like, pretty much how this matchup works out is we just need to answer the Dryad. And then we're like, okay. So we just cut the Mentors? Or like the Champions, maybe? Maybe trim a Vito. I think we want the ramp because we kind of want to go under them. Plus, ramping into a Mind Sensor or a Choke is pretty good. Maybe trim a Mentor. We're kind of 3-drop heavy though. Trim a Mentor, I think. Cool. Trimmed Vito, so. Goose here. I think we just go turn 2 Mentor. Oh, search for Noir. Interesting. Interesting cyber card. Or could be main deck actually. So we're gonna just play this Mentor out and pass. Send a message first. Honk. Oh. we just slam Heliod here? Oh. I guess we just slam Heliod here. Get under the counter magic. And then if we draw Ballista, we win the game. Just set up better this way. This arrow. Oh, sure. Misty and Tarn. You have lands. You got it, buddy. Kind of want a company on their turn. Most obvious collected company on Earth. But I don't want to play anything into their open mana this turn. They could slam a Titan here, which would be pretty gross, but excuse me. And if they don't do anything, then I honestly don't mind just not doing anything either. This is very much a case of who's going to blink first. I should have made a food token out of a turn. That was a punt. They do not put a land into play, so their hand is all gas. Oh, they got loan back. Misty, sure. So holding up a lot of counter magic probably. Greaser, sure. I think that was a good time to just company here. Gust, sure. Could see a remand here. Sure. Don't care about that. I think we want to get the Heliod down here. Oops. Don't want to do that. Get a Ballista here. So me not making that food token and then that turn is potentially costing me here. Now they have an Aether Gust on top of that they milled with Loam. Because I need that mana from the Goose. So that might cost me the game. Like I might get super punished here. He's Misty. Okay. Okay. So we need a land here. Oh, they could just bring it back. Yikes. Okay. I'll sack this now. So they can play the fetch, steal 3 to my bird. Dang. So now they are protected. I guess I just have to call for a Skyclave here. I'm gonna kill it with damage on the stack. Oh, I'm just gonna. Oh, Cryptic Command's pretty much GG, I think. So my punt didn't matter, but I need all these like Dryadish decks are just kind of bad matchups online because the Infinite Life just does not matter, which is kind of frustrating. But I'm gonna bring back. I'm gonna get some more water, and then we're gonna continue. I don't know. So far, I feel like Conclave Mentor just isn't really necessary. We'll see. I just feel like the build that I have here with like 4 Ariok Champion main, I feel like this just feels better. I feel like Conclave Mentor gets a little bit better. Like it's kind of reliant really on just on Heliod, while Ariok Champion is kind of like a better standalone card. I think you get better value out of it. They both have the pros and cons, obviously. Like if without a Heliod, like you can make Spike Feeder 3/3, like that's not nothing. It's definitely not nothing. MTG next level as our opponent today in this round. Sure. I was also thinking maybe this should just be a 1-of. And have like a 4th Spike Feeder, but like just having like it just makes our other cards like Spike Feeder and Gilded Goose and Ariok Champion just pretty good. So We have turn 2 Heliod here. Opponent is tanking. Why you look like that is because you know I'm here now. What do you mean, Fluffy? What do you mean by that? Hope you're having a good weekend though, Fluffy. Bloodstained Mire is interesting. Don't know what we're up against here. I mean, I have a feeling this little birdie's gonna die, yeah. Bolt the bird, as those boomers say. Black-red deck, huh? How does a black-red deck deal with a card that is protection from red and protection from black? How about them apples? Cyclone Earth. You got it. Probably Slimy Heliod here. Oh no, they have a Liliana. Don't do it. Okay, it's not a Liliana. Seasoned Pyromancer. Alright. Give me all the life. I mean, the Lilianas are definitely the real deal here. They discard Fatal Push and a land. So this is like black-red mid-range. So I think we just slam Heliod here. I mean, we could get got by Liliana. But do we want to just like... Well, we can also just lose the Liliana too if they just bolt this Vito as well. I think we just slam Heliod here. Protector from a discard spell. I don't know if our opponent can beat Infinite Life here. As long as they don't have Liliana or Way to Kill This Ari Champion, we have Spike Feeder Infinite Life through protection. So I'm glad I put the Heliod out. So now they probably take Spike Feeder. They take the call. Oh. Okay. So now my Spike Feeder is uncastable. And I can't play Vito either. Gosh darn it. Do we race? Let's do it. Let's race, shall we? Man, we're getting Blood Mooned again and again. So as long as they don't draw Liliana, we're pretty well off here. Okay. Put on that guy. I will discard the 2 cards that I cannot cast through Blood Moon. So we could get another Skeleton. Like we could get Skeleton on something and collect a company. Oh boy. I think the plan still is the same here. Coco would be very good for us if we drew it here. Don't have another Skelemental. Discard spell? Oh no. Oh, luckily we're getting all life here. I don't think we can just like. Okay. Okay. Skelemental is 6. We can go up to. Do we want to go up to 10 life here? 10, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so I think we just do this. I don't think we can play Giver here. We don't lose to another Skelemental, so we need like Skelemental plus a Bolt. Okay. This RX champion's so good. Don't take 3. Sweet. Oh my god. This RX champion just won the game by itself. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. So against like black, red. Man, we really wish I had a playset of these cards. That'd be really good. I think Rest in Peace seems pretty good because they have Unearths and Cruxas and all that jazz. So I think 3 might be too much, but I think we can cut the vetoes. The Infinite Life doesn't like the Infinite Life wins this matchup, so we can just safely cut these. So like these are kind of like the maybe pile here. These 5 cards here. And I guess a third rip. I think Conclave Mentor can be cut. I think maybe the birds can be cut too. X number of birds. I don't think we want Veils. Because it's like, it's really discard spells and that's pretty much it. I'd rather just have like these cards, I think. So I can keep a bird. So 3 birds, 3 goose. Something like that. Thing about Skyclave is that doesn't hit like Skelementals and all that stuff. Maybe we want the Forge Tender. Judge. I think if I can sack, I think I can sack the BFT. It's whenever this deals combat damage to a player, discard 2 cards. Yeah, so I'll bring it. I'll bring in a Forge Tender here. Excuse me. And then just have 2 Skyclaves post board. I like how, like, right when you join Fluffy, I don't know if Fluffy Wolf is still in the chat, but I like how right when you've joined, like, we play against your deck. That's pretty funny. This hand's fine. We can play around Blood Moon if need be. Thought so. He's probably take the Coco. If I had to venture, I guess. I'm gonna play the Heath first, just in case if I draw a second hand land, I could play both fetches. Gilded Goose. Goose sounds good to me. Cropsa? Oh. Okay. That was a decent draw. Do I want to path this? I don't think I care at this point. If you get angered, that kind of sucks, but then they lose their channeler. If you get K return, that sucks, but what are we going to do there? Only we can play around that. I just put with an animal player. That's such a mean thing to do, but it's like, when it lines up and that happens, like, that feels so good. Sure. I'm not gonna activate this. Seems kind of loose. Seems kind of loose. Attack me? No attack. I don't think it's correct to play company or Heliod here. I think I just play company end of turn and then pass. Make the most use of our mana here. Interesting. Am I gonna escape Croxa here? Huh. This doesn't search. So I guess I'll let this happen. I guess I should do this in response in case I hit a Ranger Captain. Well, that wasn't a very good collected company. Guess I'll get a Giver and a Heliod. Wish I hit a lot of other combination of cards, but what are you gonna do? It's for your calls, Aizen. Calls and Ranger Captains, but there's only like 5 in the deck, so it's famous. Famous last words. I'm gonna draw it. So I'm surprised they just aren't activating this either. Oh, okay. So if I draw a Rip, I'm gonna path this. I can just also just win the game. just, it's just that easy, right? Like just. It's just that easy. I've gone to the dark side. I am just a filthy combo player now. Feels good. Just draw the best card possible, right? That's all you have to do. Splashing black to try to be normal Abzan. Hey, Vitos have actually been very, very, very good. Not this league in particular, but they have been very, very good. Like in matchups that don't really care about Infinite Life, Mill, Tron, even against like these tight, like the Dryad Field Valakut decks, like it matters a lot, especially online. I feel like it might be different in paper. Maybe it's just correct not to run it, but I feel like online especially, I think it's pretty necessary. This hand is absolute gas. Turn 2 Heliod, turn 3 Coco. Flute Delta, interesting. Just gonna play this. Yeah, so we're against like Sultai field bullshit. You're just gonna pass the turn here. Kind of want to collect a company here. If they have force, they have force, but I don't think they're going to tap out on their turn. Damn it. Got punished. I feel like they're just never going to tap out. Might be wrong. That might have just been a bad company spot. Just make them have the 2 of force and get another counter magic. I think it's just better. I'm probably wrong. So I could Eladomir's Call and get a Scavenging Ooze. Or I can Eladomir's Call. Oops. And get a Spike Feeder. Spike Feeder doesn't really win the match though. You can also just get Ranger Captain. Get Giver Ruins. So I feel like Infinite Light doesn't win this matchup. Another force. It just sucks because it doesn't really win here. Alright, you guys can not pay attention for the next like 4 minutes because I'm going to be getting Infinite Life here. And this is our spot where Conclave Mentor would definitely be better here, for obvious reasons. Probably go up to like 200 and then pass the turn. I was actually thinking if I should splash red for boils. I've seen like the mono white lists. Splash red for like Magus of the Moon and boils. Just so it's like just be 5 color. I mean, might as well, right? You end up finishing watching the episode, Andrew? Apparently. With that astrolabe. Apparently it was Jenny's least favorite episode. Because the main character wasn't in it. Hashtag no spoilers. His Dark Materials? I never heard of that. And I don't think I've ever watched Star Trek. You know what's funny, Fluffy? Is my lucky number, and for all of my jerseys and stuff, my lucky number is 22. And it's funny how your number is 2, so 222 is actually kind of thematic here, and I will definitely do that. I've never heard of that series. But I'll take your word for it, that's good. Alright, Fluffy. 222, just for you. Sure. What is this? Oh. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Apparently I didn't see that line. Make the Spike Feeder bigger. That's a turn. By church, by nature of subject matter. Interesting. Is it on Netflix? Or is it on like Hulu or HBO? Because Jenny is a binge watcher, so we have literally everything. We have YouTube TV, HBO, Netflix, Disney, literally fucking everything. Like, I feel like half my paycheck's going to fucking streaming services. Crack this. Go the goose. I'm just gonna attack and then give both these students lifelink. I have a 4/5 Bird's Paradise. How about that? Excuse me. Taking as you know, playing expensive. Sadly, yes. Less expensive now that paper isn't as I honestly, like, at the beginning of the pandemic, I honestly thought that paper prices would be a lot lower than it is right now. I don't know why it's so expensive still. Hour? Okay. Okay, so they're tapped out. So we have a lot of good hits here. Ballista obviously is the main one. Ranger Captain is short. Oh, I should have played the other bird. Oh, if I get punished by drawing exactly Ranger Captain here, I'm gonna be so pissed. It actually doesn't matter here. Ranger, yeah. Oh, okay. I think it's worth cracking the food token here, maybe. Maybe it's worth holding on for one more turn. Red Decay on top. Alright, and I have to play this out, so. Oh, they conceded! Oh my god. They conceded to a Birds of Paradise. That was so bad. Oh my god, that was the best. Oh my god. Oh, these babies are definitely coming in. All these bad boys. Even though Birds of Paradise won me the game, I think we just gotta cut the dorks post board. Three cuts. Conclave Mentor. Maybe we just bring in just two rips. Or maybe we just don't want these Conclave Mentors at all. I mean, it turns on our beat tone plan a little bit better. I think I actually like this. I can also see just cutting the geese altogether. Just have a little bit more of a mid-range plan here like this. 2-1. We lost to Titan, the blue-based version, running counter magic, and then we beat black-red elemental fluffy special beatdown. How much do you have in vintage? Not monetary value, but what kind of, do you have all the moxes and jewels and stuff? How much in terms of raw cards do you have? Is it just 2 mox, or is it do you have all the mox, Play-Still duels, and all that stuff? Sounds good. Because it's always hard, because you know what they always say about these reserve lists, right? Oh, they're never going to go down, and they're not wrong. I remember my girlfriend bought me a Scrubland for my birthday, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and she bought it for me for $40 or something absurd. Yeah, let's just say they're not $40 anymore, right? And you can say that for all the duels. Obviously, some duels are more expensive than the others. Just gonna rip out here. Yeah, I mean, I could see keeping. Sure. Thanks for fetching, so I know that there's no Snapcaster Mage. Just a free point of attack here. Land, 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 land. Thank you very much. I don't think these decks run Snapcaster Mage, but just in case, I'm just not going to attack. They didn't have a counter magic for Rest in Peace. I wonder if they have a counter magic for Heliod here. Okay, we do have a backup one, so if this does inevitably get countered, then it's fine. Okay. Just attack again. Yeah, I still have like a place at a Bayous, and I think like 3 Scrubland and like 2 Savannas, I think. Abzan. So it's like, I haven't sold those yet, and I don't think I really want to. Thank you again for the gift sub, Andrew. Always appreciate it. Conclave Mentor. Don't feel safe jamming the other Heliod until it's triple blue. Maybe we just slam a Vito here. See if he needs a counterspell. We're just going to tap out for every threat known to mankind and then just eventually hopefully resolve the Coco. Okay, sure. Hour. Okay. So we need to slam. We need to draw land here. Hopefully we can hit. Land for a collecting company. That's not a land for a collecting company, but we will slam this Heliod though. This Vito is actually a pretty good blocker here. Ooh, they run Narset, huh? Good information. Good information. For my first 3 matches, it was Ponza, just old school Ponza. Green, blue, Primaltine Field, Valakut, what you'd expect there. And then black-red Elementals. They hit the Cryptic, but they have no blue. Then they don't have triple blue. Okay, so Spike Feeder wins the game. I think I'm just going to walk into this counter magic here. I could also just do this on upkeep. I think upkeep actually might be the better play. Or at least like with an activation with Gary's Sanitarium on the stack. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm actually just going to do it now because they have collect. They have Cryptic in hand. Never mind. So if this gets counter, then I think I'm just gonna scoop. If we hit Spike Feeder and they have no interaction, we win the game. Okay. We just have to go for it, I think. Okay. Probably discard Mentor. I think Mentor does anything here. Save targets. And alright, opponent concede. Vito! This is why we splash black for Vito. Vito. So good. I mean, Collect the Company definitely pulled the weight there, but like, Vito, baby. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get some more water again, and then I'll be right back for the final match of the league. Give me a second. Yay. This is why you splash black for Vito. I'm gonna screenshot this. Let's go. Let's go. So I'm getting good data here. I honestly don't think Conclave Mentor is worth it. It just like without Heliod, it really doesn't do anything. I mean, I guess it does something with scavenging use, but like I honestly think Conclave Mentor just isn't necessary. Like, I think this build is a little bit better, like my original build with no Conclave Mentors. That being said, I can honestly see, like, maybe either, like, like, an 8th Mana Dork for, like, and cutting a Skyclave Apparition. I really like the Skyclave Apparitions main, though. It just gives you a lot of, like, it lets you play the mid-range game a little bit better. I could also just, like, a 4th Giver instead of Skyclave Apparition, just to lower the curve a little bit. And then have just like the 3rd Skyclave just in the sideboard. But yeah, so far it's pretty good. Like, I think it's just like I like this shell of the deck more than the traditional mono white and green white builds. For those who haven't really been paying attention to like the green white builds, like a lot of the green white builds have like 1 or 2 Auriok Champion, 1 Giver Runes, and then like Arbor Elf, Utopia Sprawl as their mana package. Obviously they don't have Vito that they're splashing for, and then they have like 1 or 2 Skyclave Apparitions. I honestly don't like that at all. I like tried that stock build and just didn't like it. I played like 3 or 4 leagues and just didn't feel good to me. I think the birds are just better. The birds are kind of a concession to make black mana, if anything. But just being able to put +1/+1 counters on flyers is just so relevant. This hand is absolute ass, and we're against mono red, so we're probably gonna lose this matchup. But I don't think we can mulligan. Probably bottom the Vito, because if this was an REX champion, this hand would be so much better. So like that change is actually costing us this matchup here. Okay. On the flip side here, like a Conclave Mentor actually blocks us effectively versus like an REX champion just keeps letting it go through. Hopefully we just draw lands here. Land would be our best draw. Godless Shrine. We draw another Vito. Interesting. We've seen hit land drops here. If we can hit our third and fourth land, just next, we need to go land. If we do that, we're in a good spot here. We're gonna have to take these two for now. Okay, that's how we have light up the stage. Yeah. Ooh. Man, we're playing a lot of Blood Moon decks, and we are getting super punished for it. That third land for Blood Moon, that's pretty bad. We're gonna just auto concede here. Yeah, I don't like these mentors. This is like kind of confirmed my original build with this deck, where like this was my original build here where I don't have Conclave Mentors, period, and I never liked them. I thought that maybe with the flyers they might be better, but it's not. it's not good, in my opinion. We're in the Skyclave, we're in the Archons, maybe. Siege Rhino is definitely good. Siege Rhino would actually fit pretty well in the deck if we can fit a 4-drop. That isn't Collector Company. Can you imagine Siege like Vito into Siege Rhino? Just drain for you gain 3 and drain for 6. That's just so good. That might be a meme league. One of these days when I go insane. I think we just cut the birds. Kind of mentor, honestly. Call it a day. Sure. Gonna have to be careful with Blood Moon, but we can safely fetch basics planes here. Move the stack. Got planes. Get runes. Next turn, if we don't draw anything that we can cast, we'll just play the Temple Garden tap, and the next turn we can play Martial Arts. Sure. Skyclave Apparition. Maybe I should Martial Flats first. That actually might have been better. Okay. Light up the stage, hit 2 mountains. It's pretty good. Pretty good. I'm just gonna get basic planes again. And then just Skyclave their duder. And the next turn we can go Forge Tender plus Skyclave. Do you just Skyclave this? I guess we should Forge Tender first, just to see if they end up wanting to... Oh, they don't have any removal spell for the... So exiling all the 1-drops are pretty good, because like if they kill a Skyclave, like they can't like ambush our own other Skyclave here. If they have anger, that's okay. But if they have exactly Kozilek's return, we're fucked. Okay. Okay. So now our board's kind of in a stalemate here. That was fantastic. That wasn't as good as I had hoped. I guess we can just exile the Seasoned Pyromancer here. And I'm going to search for Giver Roots. Or I could just get a Ballista, honestly. I can see just getting Ballista here and not overcommitting to the board. We'll just attack like this. Then if they want to trade here, they can. They don't trade. Actually, I probably should have exiled the Courier, because if they kill the Skyclave here, then them getting a 3/3. But if they kill the Skyclave, I guess I can protect it. Sure. 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 That's the card I wanted. On the draw, I don't think I changed anything. I still want the Gilded Goose's post board, I think, so. Interesting attack. Okay. I guess I just do this now. I think we just attack with Heliod here. Okay. Then we can just potentially win here. Cool. They had the lava dart in the graveyard, so they actually weren't dead, but like I value just gaining the 4 life here. I guess we had the Birds and Forge Tender, but I would not have gained infinite life at that point. I would have waited. Definitely missing the third and fourth RR champion. And like I said, I think this was just like a test league. I just wanted to see how I like the Conclave Mentors. But I think I'm just going to go back to my original versions and just run the 4 RR champions. I think this deck just feels better. So I've seen like Green Royalists run like 22 lands plus 8 dorks. So I can see like a fourth Gilded Goose or like a Noble Hierarch or something. At least this hand curves nicely. We totally get owned by Blood Moon though, but I guess we can Coco into stuff. Mulligan to 6. That's good just for us. Mulligan to 5. Okay. So we can go turn 2 Mentor, turn 3 Apparition, or Heliod, turn 4 Company if we draw a land. Best draw off the top would be Gilded Goose or... Because it's actually not that... This is actually a good draw here. Because you can play this and then effectively try to play around Blood Moon here. But not having a 1-drop is just so good for us. They drew the 1-drop. Since you drew the 4th land, I don't think I want to... Okay, return. Okay, sure. If they want to spend their turn, return next turn, that's fine with me. I'm going to fetch a Plains now. Give her Ruins. Play the Mentor. If they want to spend their turn killing the Mentor, sure. Okay. Yikes. Thing here, I'm kind of tempted to just Skyclave this actually. I could also just play Heliod. I don't want them to gain any more value off of this. So I think I just have to do this. Okay. They had a K return in hand. Interesting. So that's good for us because now this Skyclave Apparition can safely block and not block. So did they Flame Slash it? Sure. So you're here. I think I'm gonna play Giver plus Heliod. Or I could just end it turn Coco. I think it's just better to get Heliod in play. Heal for Discovery, yep. I agree. Because that way if we Coco into anything, we can have Giver protection. I agree with you, Andrew. I agree. I agree. What's great is they had 3 mana open, and they didn't. Oh, and they didn't bring back Obosh. Oh, okay, sure. So they spent 5 mana Flame Slashing instead of. Oh yes. Please be something good. Auric Shaping, I think, is for sure. I guess we get Auric Champlip as Ranger, get Ballista. This is a loaded Coco. It's so good. No, I think I like Ariok plus Ranger. We have a Stonewaller for Monastery Swiffer, and we can just get Ballista and win next turn. I don't think Archon does anything here. Put this on this. Yes, yes, yes. Get a Ballista. Just fucking get out of here. Let's go, Heliod. This is why I like Ariok Champion here, because it's like she fuels Heliod here versus Conclave Mentors. It just the single white pip matters so much. Okay. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. They need 2 instant speed removal spells here. This is actually just game because we have Ranger Captain. You can't blast on Ariok. This is at 1. So we just we're like we have the deterministic win here, unless they with Ranger Captain, unless they can literally kill us right now. Yeah. They literally either need to kill us right now, which I don't think is feasible possible, or we just win here, because we crack Ranger and then just win the game. Yep. Sack this. Let's go. Alrighty. 4-1, which this deck feels so good. Even with like the I'm trying to update the record here. OBS has been like very, very laggy for me. Even with these kind of suboptimal, I would argue suboptimal changes. So this is a list I just streamed of those who have been kind of tuning in late. I think the Conclave Mentors I've been testing out. I think with Spike Feeder and Heliod is like kind of a win more, obviously, like with the online. If the if the Infinite Life doesn't win the game on the spot, the Mentors do help because it grows. What happens is you get Spike Feeder on 3 counters, and then you remove counter, gain 2 life, trigger Heliod, and then it puts a counter on Spike Feeder, but then it puts 2 because of the Mentors. I think this is kind of unnecessary here, especially since we had the vetoes. I think the vetoes already kind of fill that void of like, well, if the Infinite Life combo doesn't win, veto already kind of fills that void. So Conclave Mentor in itself is really only good if you have like I've seen it good against like Scavenging Ooze, and like obviously like if you have Heliod, then your mid-range plan gets a lot better. But the problem is like without Heliod, Conclave Mentor just feels so bad. I think RX Shape is just better on its own, and I think that's what I kind of want to look for in a 2-drop, because like if we face a deck with a lot of interaction, like the Mentors are kind of just anemic. versus like Auric Champion can gain a lot of value. Um, it actually synergizes better with Heliod here. Um, because every creature, our opponents or ours, like can grow our team. I feel that's more value than like having Conclave Mentor rely on other cards to gain life or get counters like Scoos to trigger Heliod, right? So this is a I just streamed. I think I this is how I felt running the green white version, and I thought maybe it might be better with like these flyers because I felt like since Arbor Elf and Utopia Sprawl are the mana accelerants in that version of the deck, it's you could like make infinite big spike feeders, infinite and just have a go wide board. But if you don't have a board that can attack through, for example, let's say you're against like a Field of the Dead deck, you could have this giant board, right? But like they just make way more zombies uh than you can attack through or like go wider than. So I thought that on paper like these flyers would be really good because worst case scenario you can just put those pumps on there. But then you already have that combo, right? So it's like it's kind of a win more essentially. Because like with these kind of slots, we already have Vito. I figured maybe since we had more slots, it would be a little bit more relevant. That being said, I still don't think it's worth it. I don't think Conclave Mentor is where we want to be with the deck. I think this version of the deck that I've been kind of advocating for the past like 2-3 weeks is a lot better where you don't have any Conclave Mentors. We have a playset of Auric champions. And the Vitos have been very good. I really like this kind of mana configuration here. I think the Birds of Paradise plus Gilded Goose is just better. Because there's been a lot of instances where like we would have a board state with like Auric Champion and Heliod and blah 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 blah, and we're just putting plus one counters on Birds of Paradise, and that won us the game earlier. And I think that really shows the power of flying in this kind of deck. And it's you do lose that kind of explosiveness with the Arbor Elf Utopia Sprawl, because obviously you can go turn 2 4 mana, you can go like Heliod plus Giver or like turn 2 Collecting Company. That might be like the biggest like payoff there with 4 mana. But I don't think that payoff is worth this kind of late game kind of resiliency. You might think Birds of Paradise is like that's not really resilient, right? But it's like this backup plan of just getting a plus kind of on a flyer, making this into a 2/3, a 3/4. Earlier, I think our Birds was like a 4/5, and that literally won the game. And the same with Gilded Goose. The food token has been very relevant. Being able to just sack the food, trigger Heliod, put a trigger on the bird was exactly what happened, and I think that's so clutch. So I think this is the version I'm going to try bringing forward. I might cut a Teague for the second choke and maybe cut a path for something and just excuse me, play around with the sideboard essentially. But I think this is where I kind of want to be. My win rate has been I think closer to 70%. I think I've been 4 winning and 3 touring every league. So it's been very good. So I feel like anytime I've tuned in Heliod, it's been irrelevant. You should tune in earlier where Vito actually won us the game. I had a Vito in play with Heliod and accompanied into a Spike Feeder, and I think it was against a deck that Infinite Life didn't matter. So Vito actually just won the game on the spot, especially on Moto, where kind of if you need that buffer where like Infinite Life. There's a lot of matchups actually in Limited where the Infinite Life doesn't matter, and Vito actually matters a lot. That being said, it's a 2-up, and if Vito felt like it's not really that relevant, I can honestly see just running 1 and having 4 Spike Feeders, which is kind of where I'm kind of trimming here. I really wanted 2 Vitos to kind of see, and I feel like Spike Feeders are kind of an anemic threat. So that's why I wanted 2 Vitos, 3 Spike Feeders, and I feel like this combination is actually pretty good. Like I haven't missed the 4 Spike Feeder. If anything, like I hate drawing multiples of these, to be honest. So more calls are coming. It could be. I could also just run more calls. I think that's why I've been skipping on it. That's why I only run 3 Rangers, 3 Apparitions, 3 Spike Feeders, 2 Vitos. Is because of Eldarish Colorado, as you mentioned. I feel like that was like kind of like the thought process of it, where like I can skimp a Spike Feeder here, I can skimp a Skyclave there because I have this tutor here, and we can just dig more with companies. So I actually kind of like these numbers. I'm actually pretty solid on the main. Like I actually kind of like the 2 Vito. Because we were able to just drain with Auric Champions and Vitos and it goes deep. It really does. The sideboard is where I really kind of want to mess with things, and I think just going cut a Teague for a choke, cut a path for something some other hate bullet card. I'm not entirely sure. Something that I can deal with Dryad. I think something to kind of shut off Valakut is, I think, a huge blow here. And I need to kind of go back to the drawing board. If there's a card that can stop literally Valakut, I think that's ideally an enchantment, so it can not get really removed by green-white Titan with Valakut. If there's a way to just shut off Valakut, that'd be ideal, because we can kill a Dryad, but then they can just tutor for another one, right? They can summon Respect for a Dryad or Tolera Rest for a Dryad, etc., etc., etc. So I think having a way to just go, no, Valakuts are shut off, I think that's just way more better. So maybe that might be the card I'm looking for in the sideboard. But other than that, I'm going to end the stream here. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. For those who appreciate the content or enjoying this content, please follow me on Twitch. Please hit that follow button. I'm trying to hit 500 followers by the end of the year. I think I'm like a 440. That's I think it's kind of a loose goal. I think that'd be kind of cool. I think I'm planning to stream a lot around the Christmas break because my work has a shutdown. So hopefully I can hit during that week. So if you guys want to support the channel, please hit that follow button. I really appreciate it. If you guys want to look at my past YouTube content, you guys can go to my YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/KODiamonds. And if you guys want more updates on when I'm going to stream, you guys can follow me on Twitter. That's twitter.com/KODiamonds22. All info is on the bottom of the screen. Other than that, please hang on. Just wait a couple more seconds. I'm going to raid Everos Evan. He is a really cool streamer. I like his content. He raided me a couple times, so I'm going to send the love back to him. Other than that, really appreciate everyone for tuning in. Please, again, just stay a couple more seconds. I'll at least get the numbers into Evan. Other than that, take it easy, guys, and I'll catch you guys hopefully next time. I think my next stream is going to be on Tuesday. Please stay safe, have a good weekend, and take it easy, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.